Here I've got a Sadowski Will Lee bass running in passive mode, running into the Bergantino amp. I'll do a zoom in on the settings in a moment. I've got a Bergantino 212 cabinet. It's a sealed cabinet, prototype with no horn, but it should have a pretty typical sound. I'm going to run through a clean sound and then dial in the overdrive with this control right here. With the most recent firmware, this knob here will dial in some overdrive. So I'll do the same section there with an overdrive at about 11 o'clock. You can see how it's quite a bit of bite here. I find that when the whole band is playing, the bite is not nearly as noticeable at this setting. This is a setting I use when I want a more of a vintage tone for kind of an old school sound. I'll just move it up here a bit more, say to 1 or 2 o'clock. And just for fun, I'll crank it up all the way. And back to clean. I'll do another sample here with a different bass line here. Let's try a kind of a more of a funk setting. I've got my volume almost all the way up on the bass here. It's about 9.5. And of course I set the gain with the Bergantino amp for that setting. I very rarely go into active mode. I'm almost always in passive. And by the way, the vintage tone controls all the way up for these samples here. Let's try a little bit of overdrive here. Put it maybe at 10 o'clock. Time here, let's put it maybe at right at noon. All right, let's go through and check out the settings I've got here on the amp itself. Here you can see the compression settings here. I've got the variable ratio compressor. VRC on. Compression is at 12 here and gain is at 5. So fairly compressed there. And here you can see the distortion settings I've got. The type is distortion 1, the drive is at 7, and the volume is at 12. And the settings I've got for this particular cab: bass at 0.5, LoMids at -0.5 dB, HiMids at 3 dB up, and the treble at 4.5 up. without a horn in this cabinet, I have a tendency to have the treble up. Thanks for watching.